both in terms of operational and both in terms of financing. I think no one in his right mind would design a rail system that we currently have in the region where we can't have one seat rides in from...
Could you introduce yourself?
I'm David McCluskey. I'm the Deputy Speaker, former Chair of the Transportation Bonding Committee, and a longtime member of the Transportation Committee. So we have a system that just not makes sense. You know, one should be able to go, using all the assets that New Jersey Transit, that MTA has, that Connecticut DOT has, and have a very seamless system. Because there is no arching entity that coordinates this thing, you have situations like was mentioned earlier. Quite frankly, I'm a little frustrated to learn that these new M8 cars, which are the most expensive in the world to build, no one in his right mind would build them this way with overhead AC and DC third rail, will not be able to go into Penn Station. I think that...
Or New Jersey.
Or New Jersey. That to me is an enormous frustrating thing, and it should be for you as taxpayers of the state of Connecticut, right, that we're doing this. Now, we need to figure out a way, as George said earlier, to get all the entities involved, New Jersey Transit, MTA.
Just hold it up a little bit.
Okay, I'm sorry. We need to get some coordinated entity to have Amtrak, MTA, and New Jersey Transit in the state of Connecticut to work together. It also boggles my mind, and I still haven't figured out an adequate reason why the MTA Transit and here in New Haven are not going through to Rhode Island. I can't fathom why we have to have... Way to Boston eventually. I know one of the reasons is because Amtrak owns the right-of-way, but again, if you had some leadership, we could break down some of these nonsensical barriers that we have. I would challenge everyone. I was at a meeting yesterday with the new or the current chairman of the House Transportation Committee in Congress, Jim Oberstar from Minnesota, and he really was smashing, I think, some of our very limited vision. What he said is we should be talking about high-speed rail, not 80 miles an hour, but like 180 miles an hour from Boston through to New York. He was talking of a vision that I thought we sorely need. We need to think about electrifying the rail lines from New Haven all the way through to Worcester, so we can have seamless service through the inner corridor region through the state of Connecticut. Now the problem is the state of Connecticut can't finance it on our own. Amtrak can't finance it on our own. Massachusetts can't. But we need to figure out a mechanism. Look, we're smart people. We're from wealthy states. We can figure out a way to do this if we truly have the vision. And just to lastly say what Norman said, it can't just be the DOT. The DOT are expert at designing and operating a system, but they're not particularly good at, nor is that their mission, is to get the municipalities and the states to create density along these transit corridors, these rail lines, to support, so we're not having huge operating subsidies. So we really do need to have the economic entities as well, supporting this rail service, because without that, people are going to be saying, well, this is a failure, that these systems that the DOT is building and operating are too costly. But if they can get some help by the economic development people, both at the state, regional, and local level, to build affordable housing, to build high density around railway stations, then these things will thrive.